So I have decided to switch this vlog around. So like change it essentially. So you're gonna see me splice up different clips together, and I have decided that this video will include basically like behind the scenes of things I'm doing for oh my god for VLOGTEMBER. And so that's what this is going to be. In my process, the longest that actually takes like a really long time is the rendering, and that's because I don't have a souped up computer. Like the computer isn't the best for rendering videos at this capacity. There's no clouds in the sky. Oh, it's so it's a good, and it's not hot. It's not at this point, for real though, anything under 90 degrees is really good. But it is a beautiful day, so I'm gonna film a video to talk about some short stories. So I guess I thought I would show you guys how I film these videos out here. So let me show you. The lens that I use isn't really good on focusing, so I do tricks because that's how I roll. So first I take a picture. So I'm looking at the picture and I'm seeing that the shadows in my face I don't really like, so I'm gonna switch it around. Okay, I think it's a little bit better because the way the sun is forming, it's like straight right here. And so I'm gonna take the photo. The shadow is just fine. I mean, at this point it's whatever. I also pay attention to this because the background is essentially blurry, and I like how the square right here, the triangle, oh my god, what is geometry? So the triangle right here has this form, and what I love about this shot is that it's what's called like leading lines. So when you're doing like photography and whatnot, especially if you're trying to make someone in focus like I am, I want to blur the background for my videos because I don't want y'all to pay attention to the background at all. I want it all about me. Duh. So, because I'm shallow. No, because I know I do that as a watcher sometimes. When I see people behind their books, sometimes I lose a little bit of focus because I'm like, ooh, look at that pretty addition of Pride and Prejudice in the background. I have an old T5i, and then this is the cheap, old, like they have a newer one. It's the 51.8 Mark II, I think. It's the really old one because they have a newer one. It's called the STM version. This lens though is amazing. So I have this filter on there, as you can tell by the reflection. There's my book. ND filter, it basically makes your picture dark. So what happens is, because when I'm shooting video, let me show you my settings. When you're filming video, because I have it at really open at 1.8, when you're filming video, you have to double the shutter speed to match your frame rate. So since I shoot at 30 frames per second, this is like really technical. Since I shoot at 30 frames per second, I have to put the shutter at 60, but leaving it open at 60 makes it really bright, like really bright. I mean, look, it's bright. Oh, it's bright, like, it's bright right now. So that's why I have this ND filter, and this is like an amazing ND filter. I really love it. Was it expensive? Yeah. But I've been wanting a really good ND filter for a really long time. To make sure I don't lose my focus, as you can tell I'm barefoot right now, but to make sure I don't lose my focus, I just leave my flip-flops over there. Those are like Filipino flip-flops. I just leave my flip-flops over there so that way I can know where to stand. It's like a marker for me. Since I'm in the backyard, he's always here. The downside of like filming outside is like I do have to battle the elements essentially. Like if I film too late, the cicadas, oh god, the cicadas will, and the crickets come out, so you hear this noise, and it's really hard to remove it. I try my best all the time, and I don't know if y'all, I'm sure some of y'all noticed, but yeah, so that's why. And we live here in Georgia. They come out like, oh my gosh, like in swarms almost. So next I'm gonna make sure that my mic is always on. I always do like a 5-second recording to make sure my mic levels are good, because heaven forbid if I do a 15-minute long video and then there's no sound, it'd be awful. So, and plus it's also good to see if I have my focus in the shot. So I hit record, then I go back here, and then I do my usual mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. What I do is I go back and I play it. Okay, so it sounds good. I think I might have to boost it up just a little bit, but I think I can do that in post. All right, so I'm done filming. It was 20 minutes, which probably because I went off on a tangent. What's gonna happen is because I have to go and get some groceries just in case the hurricane makes it up here.
Wow.
Oh. Alright, so the current filming situation right now, as you can tell, it's really windy. The hurricane is supposed to come to my city at around like later tonight. The audio for me is like really important, and it's about to rain. See, that's the thing. I might have to switch how I film this because we have all this wind, and I mic'd myself up and I lost the little furry thing that gets rid of the wind noise. So, a little bit more underneath it, so if it starts raining, I'll be a little bit okay. Don't get me wrong, when it's really bright outside, the camera does like its best job. But when it's cloudy, like today, when it's cloudy, I really like it because it evens out the light like a softbox, and so like the lighting on me looks really good. So I'm liking it. I'm liking everything. I'm looking at my audio. Now, with audio, it's like a preference. I try to be around -3 decibels. So that's what I'm doing. Mic check, mic check. I sound really good. Okay. Yeah, I'm around there. I'm liking it. I'm fluctuating, so I'm okay. Then I make sure I hear it so that way I can see how it sounds. Mic check, mic check. But I'm also gonna sync my sound with my mic and my video camera, so I'm gonna clap my hands later because I don't have my I don't have like a thing. And oh, I also forgot my white balance, but I think my white balance is okay, so I'm not gonna deal with my white balance right now. Right here on my timeline, I have my I already did this, but I did my syncing of my audio, which is right here. So what I do is I make an adjustment later right here, and hi, where's your Pampers? Okay, I mean, where's your pant? Right now, I don't know if you can't tell on here, but I'm not sharp and I'm not the one in focus, and I always shoot as flat as I can so that way I can change everything. So what I'm gonna do is sharpen me, just me though, but instead of using what's just alone what's called sharpen, I use what's called unsharp mask. This will forever change the game. 250 and 300 is good enough for me. 300 is a little noisy for me, so, but the whole thing sharpens the whole image, but I don't want that, so I'm gonna make a mask. Let me add some feathering to it. I feathered it so that way it can smoothen easily. So I'm going to sharpen me next. I'm gonna scrub to make sure that I stay in focus in the shots and I don't move around that much. Okay, I'm on color grading, color correction. I'm a little bit yellow. I also have like, I think, a yellow undertone to my skin, and then obviously my hair right now. I'm gonna play around with the LUTs that I have and see which one aesthetically I like. But also I will fix the white balance, the exposure, all of that, the tone stuff. So give me a second, I'm gonna look at it right quick. Alright, so I found the LUTs that I like. This is without the LUTs. This is with the LUTs. So I'm noticing with the LUTs, it's basically a filter. That's if you want to look at it like that. LUTs are basically filters for your videos through like Premiere Pro and whatnot. So that's what that is. So notice this is what I'm looking at right here, and these spectrums. It gets really complicating. Essentially, it shows like the contrast of my video. So I need to make sure that my blacks are black enough and my whites are white enough. So that's what I'm looking at right there. What I do is I scrub through it first, and I notice that I get a spike right here. I think they'll be okay. And right here, I don't want it to be too loud, but I want it to be loud enough. So yeah, everything looks really good right now. So I'm gonna switch my panel. I'm on my assembly panel now, and I'm gonna just cut this out, cut this up, and make sure everything looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna edit now. Each speaker on every device is different, so I have to make sure that everyone gets the equal experience, whether it be on the small screen or like, God forbid, if someone watches me on a surround sound. Oh my god, it's like my way of like shot and gun editing, because there's so much videos I'm producing all at once. It's like chugging out videos at this point that I'm just shotgunning it at this point. So I went to Starbucks. I got the goods. Yeah, ooh, it's storming out. Now I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit, I mean, it's not that bad as of yet. I'm surprised to see more people out than expected. What? You gonna go to your car seat now? No, you can't sit there. That's not safe. You gotta go in your car seat. You wanna go see Lola? What? You gonna sit in the back?
Well, I'm just gonna put her in the seat,
oh,
so I guess so.
Yeah.
A tree already fell over there, so it ain't gonna fall again.
Bruh, I was just raining, pouring down. It doesn't show on the camera that well, but yeah. So I actually just filmed Hispanic Heritage Month TBR in there, so I'm all like wet. But the most important thing is obviously that my camera's not wet. This is one of my favorite brands, like camera-wise. It's called Manfrotto. I just love the quality of their products. Like, I have a lot of stuff from them, like lights, backpacks, this tripod, obviously. This is my actually second one from them. This is their Go one. It's like the small one that's like really easy to carry, because my old one that I used to have with that one actually broke. It was the year when it was snowing, like, and then it gets like warmer a few weeks later. And so what happened was the spring in the tripod, the part that pivots it, actually broke. So because it was like, I'm assuming it was like expanding and contracting, like it's like a metal piece, I'm assuming. It was easy to get a new tripod, like a replacement one. Luckily everything is dry. Like, the most important thing is my camera, and it's dry, so, and the microphone, which is great. You watch some of my videos, and hearing wise, you hear like slurping or like eating when I'm outside, and that's because whenever I'm out here, I'm actually feeding Bullet, because he doesn't like to eat by himself sometimes. He likes it when I'm here, and then I watch him eat. Ain't that right, buddy? Huh. Good conversation. So let me show you how I add like image through my video, because if you don't know, I borrow a lot of my books from the library. I have to give the book back, so I don't actually can physically hold the books. I'm about to start talking about Swing Time. So I have the picture of Swing Time right there, and so what I do is I drag it to where I want to start it. So on my clip right here, I turn on these safe margins, which are these little let me zoom in so you guys can see, are these sidebar things. So basically it shows you what the safe margins are for every screen. So like things right here, the ones on the outer sometimes tends to get cut off by monitors. That's why you always see me leave a little bit space up here when I'm recording. I always know to leave a space there, because yeah, I might get cut off there. I click on it and then I enlarge it, and so right there, and then I swing it I swing it over here or on the other side of where I'm at, because, you know, I want to show my face. And every video editor will tell you is that is to develop shortcuts for yourself. So I have shortcuts for everything, and that's how I'm able to pump out these videos like this, because the keyboard shortcuts really help. So on my right hand I have my mouse, on my left is the shortcuts on my keyboard. So I have a shortcut, if you've seen it on a lot of my videos, that you'll see this come in and then transition out. I have a shortcut for that, so I won't be going through here on this right here, which is the like effects tab, Control D. So now you see that this is gonna come in there. My mouse is just a normal mouse, I can just clicking on things, but the shortcut for me, because you could change it, but I just decided to go with default. C is to switch it into the clipper, so now you can cut and clip things. Like if I want to clip it right here, I can cut it into 2 different portions. If I make a mistake, Control Z. So I think that's like a really good tip as you get into editing, is to know your shortcuts. You can actually edit your shortcuts. That's what I do. I have a lot of shortcuts on my, like, it's a personal preference depending on what you choose to do. I have changed some of them just for easier purposes, and so these will help. Like, while it feels like you lose only, like you're only making up for like a second or two, but you'll be surprised how keyboard shortcuts really help when you're editing, especially like when you're doing VLOGTEMBER, where you're pumping out videos like left and right.